Sports News with me, Munmun Bhattacharya. Let's get started with the headlines. Kolkata Knight Riders face inconsistent Delhi Capitals in Indian Premier League match later today. Andre Russell's batting prowess will be pitted against Kaigiso Rabada's inch-perfect Yorkers. MS Dhoni fined 50% of match fees for umpiring outbursts in Chennai's IPL match against Rajasthan Royals in Jaipur. Chennai captain storms onto the field to confront umpires after a no-ball controversy. PV Sindhu storms into the semi-final of Singapore Open badminton tournament, will face Japanese Nozomi Okuhara in the last four encounter. Saina Nehwal boils out. And Arsenal take advantage in the first leg quarter-final match of Europa League against Italian football club Napoli. Marcos Alonso rescues below-par Chelsea in Czech capital to put Maurizio Sarri's men in the driving seat. Let's get started with the IPL action now. Memories of this season's first Super Over will be refreshed when Kolkata will take on Delhi at the Eden Garden later today. Earlier this season, the two teams played out a thrilling tie and the result of the match was decided in the Super Over. Delhi has seen its fortunes swing widely this season. After stamping their authority against Mumbai and Kolkata at the start of the season, they lost their fixtures against Chennai, Punjab and Hyderabad. However, Delhi won their previous match against Bangalore. Delhi are sixth in the points table, managing 6 points in 6 matches this season. The match will be a tussle between the batting prowess of Kolkata against Delhi's bowling attack. Kolkata boasts of batsmen like Russell, Chris Lynn, Sunil Narayan, Robin Uthappa and Dinesh Karthik. To stop Kolkata's batsmen, Delhi will rely on the bowling exploits of Rabada and Sandeep Lamichhane. So that's what to expect from this match. Joining us to discuss the IPL action is Tapas Bhattacharya. Tapas, since Delhi's fortunes have swung widely in this season, is this an opportunity for Delhi to stabilize?
Absolutely, Munmun. You said the right thing that Delhi will be looking to stabilize their campaign in IPL this season for the simple reason they have just 6 points on the points table, and if they have any chance of making to the playoffs, they have to win from henceforth all the matches, or for that matter, a bulk of the matches, and and hope that the other teams, their results also go in their favor. More importantly, Delhi will consider themselves, lucky that they against KKR, their first match that they played in Delhi, they won. That was a thriller in the Super Over. So Delhi will be hoping that they can make that count. Also, for Delhi, the thing that will be working for them is that they have some amazing pace talents, and they would like to the pacer would like to have a field day in Kolkata, where the Eden pitch is supposed to have some sort of a grass covering, and which is going to help the pacer. So if Delhi do tend to win the toss, they would like to have a go at the KKR batting lineup for the simple reason. Remember, KKR as of now have won thrice the toss, and thrice they have batted first in IPL this season, and twice they have a major breakdown in their batting lineup. So Delhi will be hoping that this time also, if they win the toss, they would like to insert Kolkata in batting first, and make the most of it, with Kaigiso Rabada leading the pace lineup, and will be trying to wreak havoc in the KKR batting lineup. So that is one part of it. KKR, on the other hand, they will be smarting from their loss to CSK last match. This season their theory has been that they want to go hard at everything right from the word go, and that's something that backfired against CSK. So they will be a little careful on that count. Also, in this season we have seen that Andrew Russell has been an exponentially great talent for KKR. He has taken matches on and to a different level altogether, single-handedly. But it seems that the KKR are, reliance, their reliance on Andrew Russell is far more than it should have been. Their top order actually is unable to fire, and that actually puts a lot of pressure on Andrew Russell to make the most of it. So if their top orders do tend to do well, and with Chris Lynn and Sunil Narayan, Shubham Gill coming in the batting lineup, and if they can score runs and put a decent score, anything over 170 in Eden Garden will be a competitive total. It's not a small ground; it's a big ground, and with the pitch assisting pacer and the bowlers, it will be match on.
So essentially, should the IPL fans be watching this game just to see how Delhi bowlers perform and how Kolkata batsmen respond?
Absolutely, you can say that this is basically what you call the Delhi bowlers versus KKR batsmen. The way this as of now, both the teams, the way they played the matches so far in the season, there's no denying the fact that KKR is a team. They have the highest score in the batting power play in the first 10 overs, for that matter, in the batting chart. If you take a look at the way they have played, they are at the top in terms of runs scored and in the first 5 to 10 overs. With Delhi, that's actually the opposite. They tend to lose a lot of wickets at the fag end of the innings, and that is something that they need to rectify. So for Delhi bowlers, with Sandeep Lamichhane and Kagiso Rabada, going great guns, Delhi may in fact get Amit Mishra also ball in this match, because Amit Mishra is a wily fox, and at this particular time in IPL, he would like to come and show his craft, and that may be something that will work for Delhi, for the simple reason, if you have seen the last match against CSK, Andrew Russell struggled against spinners. So if that's the template that Delhi try to emulate, they would like to have another spinner in their bowling lineup where they can contain Andrew Russell. Remember, bulk of the scoring that KKR has done as of now was from Andrew Russell. If you manage to shut him out for the better part of the innings, there is a good chance that Delhi might again have a field day the way they had it in the first match. But remember, Eden Garden is not a happy hunting ground for Delhi. They played 8 matches in this ground so far in the IPL all the season and have only won once. So that is something Delhi would like to change the whole script, the whole history.
And will Kolkata be hoping to extract revenge for the match that they lost earlier?
Absolutely, and it was a very close match. So KKR would really like to, set the stage on fire with enthralling performance, especially in front of the home crowd. Calcutta crowd in Eden Garden with more than 60,000 people cheering your team. You don't want anything else just apart from a victory. But remember, very interestingly, Kolkata's favorite boy, Prince of Kolkata, Sourav Ganguly, is with Delhi Capitals. So very interestingly, whether how the Kolkata fans would react to that, that's something we have to wait and see later in the day, when both the teams take to field in Eden Gardens.
So many reasons to watch this match later today. Well, stay with us, Tapas, and there is some IPL action that has already taken place. Michelle Santner smashed Ben Stokes into the stands of the final delivery to guide Chennai Super Kings to a thrilling 4-wicket victory in an IPL game, which saw a very public outburst from winning captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni. CSK recorded their 6th win in 7 games as they made a rough weather of modest 152-run target before Santner's 6 sealed in a dramatic final over in which CSK needed 18 runs. Dhoni on his part scored 58 of 43 and added 95 with Ambati Raidu. That's 57 of 47 balls for the 5th wicket. However, Stokes got him with a yorker and a clear waist-high no ball to Santner was ruled out by umpire Ulhas Gandhi after trying to raise his arm. This prompted an angry Dhoni to enter the ground and literally blast Gandhi before leg umpire Bruce Oxenford calmed him and sent him back before Santner finished it off in style, spoiling a brilliant outing from Jofra Archer in 4 overs. MS Dhoni became the first ever player to win 100 IPL matches as captain on Thursday when Chennai Super Kings piped Rajasthan Royals in a last ball thriller in Jaipur. However, the major landmark was overshadowed by Dhoni's uncharacteristic outburst at on-field umpires during the last over of a tense chase. Chennai Super Kings had needed 18 from the last over to secure a win in Jaipur. The visitors began the over well with Ravindra Jadeja hitting Ben Stokes for a 6 in the first ball, but Rajasthan Royals pulled things back with the wicket of MS Dhoni in the third ball of the over. With 9 needed off the last 3 balls, New Zealand all-rounder Michelle Santner walked out to bat for CSK. After Ben Stokes delivered the final and the 4th ball of the over, on-field umpire Ulhas Gandhi signalled a no ball for a waist-high full toss. However, Gandhi retracted his decision after leg umpire Bruce Oxenford hinted it wasn't a waist-high no ball. Miffed with the lack of clarity from Gandhi, Dhoni in fact stormed onto the pitch and confronted the umpire. Non-striker Ravindra Jadeja also joined the conversation, but the revised decision stayed and Dhoni headed back to the dugout disappointed. Tapas is back with us. So, Tapas, before we talk about this on-field controversy, if we can talk about the contribution made by Santner, would you say that all marks to Santner for the last ball thriller that this match was?
Absolutely, and all marks to Santner, and also, this match is going to come back hard for Ben Stokes. Remember, in the last T20 World Cup in the final, England versus West Indies, it was Ben Stokes who had to defend, 20-odd runs, and Carlos Braithwaite took him to the cleaners. So, it's not a happy hunting ground when it comes to bowling in the death overs for Ben Stokes. He has, in the past, has gone for plenty, and for team management, it will be interesting to see how they go about Ben Stokes' case, especially giving him the bowling in the death overs. So, that is one part of it. Now, coming back to Mitchell Santner's, he showed remarkable patience and nerve. For the simple reason, you need to score. You need to score 9 of the last 3 balls. It was not easy with your set batsman, MS Dhoni, back in the pavilion. He didn't flinch. That's the most important part, and he finished the match with a big 6. So that will give a lot of confidence to CSK. At the same time, that stabilized and that strengthened their position in the points table. So they are now 4 point adrift of second place teams, and so the next in the second place team. So 3 teams have now 8 points to jostle for the second position. CSK as of now have strengthened their position with in the top of the ladder for IPL points table for this season. So that is one part of it. Now let's just go back to this match. This particular match will be remembered for 2 very important reasons. The first, you mentioned in the story about the outburst that MSD had, but the second important thing that a lot of people were talking about, and it was it was quite popular in the social media, was the way Ravindra Jadeja hit 1-6, and he was absolutely not balanced. He was falling down, and in the meantime he managed to hit a straight 6. So that kind of will go down as a major what you call talking points when it comes to the last match yesterday that was played between CSK and RR. So these 2 things was definitely going to be etched in the memory for long.
So let's pick up one of them. Will this game be overshadowed then by this on-field controversy that we saw, Dhoni's outburst against umpire over the no-ball controversy?
Well, generally, if you take a look at Dhoni's past history, he's somebody who's known as Captain Cool. When he was leading the team, he never flinched. He never showed any reaction. Even when India won the 2011 World Cup, remember that was the icing on the cake. Even in 2007 T20 World Cup, with the first time he was made the captain of the team. When he won that, he didn't show any emotion. Even with the Champions Trophy, when he won, he didn't show any emotion. So what actually happened? What suddenly happened that it made him lose his composure? that's something that you have to look in perspective of the match. The match was absolutely poised, and that no ball, if you take a look, if you take a look at the footage, the first time the umpire actually raised his hand, and then suddenly he stopped himself and went back to his decision. So that kind of probably sparked that angry reaction from Dhoni, that why is that umpire is changing his decision. He probably could have gone for a referral on that part. But having said that, the spirit of the game, you would say that had taken a hit for the simple reason the way the captain went on the pitch during that match, and even he was not fielding, and when he was not also batting, that says a lot about how the thing went bad for CSK. They were so desperate to win that Dhoni himself not just lost his composure but also went inside the pitch and had a heated argument with the umpire. So that's something that definitely shouldn't have been done, and one of the reasons why MS Dhoni has been fined 50% of his match fee is precisely because of that. So that's something for the future generation, for future players also. They need to be very careful about to maintain the spirit of the game.
And how crucial, Tapas, was the fifth wicket partnership between Dhoni and Ambati Rayudu of 95 runs?
Well, very important for two reasons. A, it also showed that Dhoni is back in form, which augurs well for India, especially in the Cricket World Cup. And second and most importantly, a lot of people were talking about the India's conundrum for the number 4th position in the playing 11. So there are two major contenders for that. One is KL Rahul, who is in a amazing form in this IPL, and the second is Ambati Rayudu, the way he came back into form. Remember, Ambati Rayudu last 6 months ago was in the reckoning for that 4th spot, but with the constant changing and chopping in the playing 11, he somewhere down the line he probably lost his form, and this knock will go a long way in giving him that confidence of again going up in the playing order and probably take that number 4 spot. So very important knock, for not just for MSD but also for Ambati Rayudu.
Absolutely. CSK has been on a roll this season. It's been the winner in several IPL seasons as well. And now, unfortunately, Captain Cool losing his cool, being fined 50% of the match fees. But a lot of entertainment nevertheless, and more entertainment to come later today between Delhi and Kolkata. Thank you so much, Tapas, for having joined us with your perspective from the newsroom. Fourth seed PV Sindhu reached the semi-final of Singapore Open badminton tournament on Friday after surviving a scare against Chinese teenager Kai Yan. Sindhu started the quarterfinal on a sluggish note but gained momentum to clinch the first game 21-13. However, Yan came up with a spirited fight in the second game to take it 21-17 and force a decider. Sindhu, though, maintained composure and took the deciding game without further setbacks. The Indian women's hockey team remained unbeaten through the 5-match bilateral series as they clinched the 5th match with a 1-0 win against Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur on Thursday. It was Navjot Kaur's fine field goal in the 35th minute that helped India win the match, which was coupled with good defending that ensured they held on to the narrow lead till the end of regulation time. India win 3-0, 5-0, draw 4-all and win the last 2 matches 1-0 respectively in the 5-match series. The team will return from its successful campaign today. Rio Paralympics silver medalist Deepa Malik has been named as the recipient of the New Zealand Prime Minister's Sir Edmund Hillary Fellowship for 2019 in recognition of her inspiring achievements. A New Zealand High Commission release said the 48-year-old Deepa, who won the silver medal in shot put F53 event in Rio in 2016, will work to promote sporting, cultural as well as people-to-people relationship between India and New Zealand. She became the first Indian woman to win a medal at the Paralympic Games when she bagged the silver in shot put F53 at the Rio Olympics in 2016. Deepa is the only Indian woman to have won medals in 3 consecutive Asian Para Games in 2010, 2014 and 2018. Her tally of laurels stands at 58 national and 23 international medals. A recipient of India's civilian honour, Padma Shri, and the prestigious Arjuna Award for Excellence in Sports, Deepa has entered the Limca Book of World Records 4 times. A one-day mini football tournament is organized for grassroots level for budding footballers by the Young Football Club in the capital. The one-day tournament saw participation from young boys and girls from different areas. Purpose of the tournament was to impart basic football skills to the participants as the students were taught skills and scoring tactics, along with basic exercises required for football.
मुझे फुटबॉल इसलिए अच्छा लगता है क्योंकि हमारी फ्रेंड्स से अच्छे तरह से हम फ्रेंड्स को अपने जान पाते हैं, उनकी हमारे साथ बॉन्डिंग होती है और ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट होती है.
बच्चा जब अपनी कॉलोनी में ही अपने घर के पास उसको खेलने को सुविधा मिले तो इससे बढ़िया सिक्योरिटी नहीं मिल सकती बच्चे को, क्योंकि वो जब स्कूलिंग से आता है तो अपना जो भी उसने लंच वंच किया, ट्यूशन पढ़ी, उसके बाद यहाँ पर हमने ये पिछले 4-5 वर्ष हो गए हैं यंग बॉयज़ फुटबॉल क्लब, जो कि दिल्ली सॉकर एसोसिएशन का एक अहम यूनिट है, पिछले 40 साल से है. तो उसके तत्वाधान में हम ये ग्रास रूट लेवल पे अंडर 8, अंडर 12 और इवन जूनियर लेवल पे भी हम कर रहे हैं. तो इसमें एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान है हमारा कि बच्चों को एक जो चाहिए प्लेटफॉर्म, वो प्लेटफॉर्म हमने यहाँ उपलब्ध कराया है. हालांकि बड़ा मुश्किल काम है कि बच्चों को इकट्ठा करना, उनको करना, क्योंकि सब बच्चे आजकल जो है वो टीवी वगैरह या रोनाल्डो या मेसी को ज़्यादा जानते हैं, बजाय जो हमारे अपने देश के आइकॉन्स हैं 70-80 के दशक के, उनको नहीं पहचानते. हम इसी माध्यम से उनको ये जताना चाहिए कि हम भी फुटबॉल के एक महारथी रहे हैं और आगे भी आने वाले टाइम में थ्रू दिस जो है इवेंट्स हम चाहते हैं कि वो भी कुछ प्राप्त करें.
फुटबॉल का डेवलपमेंट ग्रास रूट लेवल से होता है पूरा. आप जितने भी कंट्रीज के फुटबॉल देखेंगे उनका बेस जो है ग्रास रूट लेवल, क्योंकि ग्रास रूट लेवल आपका स्ट्रांग है तो आपको आस्ते आस्ते क्या है फुटबॉल में आपको बच्चे आएंगे तो आपको मोटिवेशन मिलेगा. फिर बच्चे देखेंगे कि आगे बच्चे वो खेल रहे हैं तो उनको कुछ पैसे भी अच्छे मिल रहे हैं और उनको जॉब भी मिल रहा है, सब मिल रहा है, तो नेचुरली उनको मोटिवेशन मिलेगा. तो मेरे ख्याल से जो है अब जो थोड़ा सा ट्रेंड है ना, वो थोड़ा सा पहले से चेंज हुआ है. बच्चों को हम आज से घर से जो है टीवी से निकाल के, तो आपके कंप्यूटर से निकाल के, उनके मोबाइल से निकाल के हम जो ग्राउंड में लाए हैं, और ये प्रयास अगर हमारा चलता रहे तो हमारे कंट्री जो है 3-4 साल में, मैं बता रहा हूँ ज़्यादा नहीं, उसके अंदर जो है कुछ ना कुछ रिजल्ट हमको दिखाई देगा.
That's a bit to hone football skills at home. Arsenal have defeated Napoli 2-0 at the Emirates Stadium in the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final tie. A fast-paced start from the Gunners was rewarded with a strike from Aaron Ramsey in 14 minutes. Calido Koulibaly then scored an own goal where he deflected Lucas Torreira's shot past goalkeeper Alex Merritt. The impressive Napoli goalkeeper Merritt stopped the Gunners winning by more. Napoli, who are second in Serie A, host the Gunners in the second leg next Thursday at the San Paolo Stadium. Napoli boss Carlo Ancelotti said he is still confident of progressing to the last four. Napoli coach Ancelotti has won the Champions League 3 times, twice with AC Milan and once with Real Madrid, but has never won Europe's second competition. His side still have a chance after a lackluster display in North London. A late Marcos Alonso header saw a lackluster Chelsea edge past Slavia Prague 1-0 in the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final tie. The Blues struggled for large parts of the game at the Sinobo Stadium, but Alonso's header 4 minutes from time has provided the Blues with a potentially decisive advantage. And under strength, Chelsea struggled to find any rhythm for large spells, but grew into the game after Eden Hazard was introduced off the bench just before the hour mark. Chelsea returned home with a lead, but this was definitely not a vintage European performance from the 2013 Europa League winners. They were sloppy in possession from the first whistle as Sarri made 7 changes from Monday's dominant victory over West Ham in the Premier League. Czech League leaders Slavia have scored 10 goals in the knockout stages and showed enough quality against Chelsea to suggest this tie is not over. And here's a look at why this day was important in sports history. In In 1917, it was the birth anniversary of Indian all-rounder Vinu Mankad, the only other man apart from Rhodes to have batted in every position from number 1 to number 11 in tests. In 1930, the end of the longest test career of all, nobody has been longer in the tooth than Wilfred Rhodes, 52 years, 165 days, was when he played his last day of test cricket against West Indies in Jamaica. And today in 2018, ace Indian shuttler Kidambi Srikanth becomes world number 1 in men's singles category, first Indian male shuttler to achieve the feat in modern ranking system. So that's why this day was important in sporting history, and that's it then in this edition of the News Bulletin. Until we meet again, it's a goodbye. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.